Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Greetings from Socrates, New York.
Socrates. Yeah, we had a really nice time, and if you saw our Facebook page or Instagram, even right, you could see like we were right on the waterfalls, right behind the hotel. It was really beautiful. But we spent the evening with some incredible people. And before I tell you about them, I put a post on Facebook yesterday about the legislation to approve the psychedelic mushrooms. And I said something to the effect, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said something to the effect that I don't care how much money America spends investing in treatment for drugs, fighting drugs, this battle against drugs. As long as irresponsible decisions like that continue to be made regarding the legalization of recreational marijuana, I know that's not the popular thing these days. We're going to have a very difficult time accomplishing what we're trying to accomplish. For those of us who are, trying to bring an awareness about opioid addiction and other forms of addiction, kind of defeating this cycle of death and destruction. Someone wrote to me, coming against what I was saying, and just really making the comment that my drug use doesn't affect other people. Well, let me tell you something. Nothing could be further from the truth. That is a belief that is naive, and being as respectful as I can be. To believe that your drug use doesn't affect anyone else. Let me put it in perspective a little bit. Well, first of all, most people understand that 70,000 people died, better than 70,000 last year. I don't know. It seems like it's affecting other people. 2.4 million inmates in America's prisons, costing hundreds of billions of dollars, trillions each year. I don't know. I think that, and most of them behind drug addiction and alcohol abuse. I think that affects other people. And we could start getting into the costs in terms of healthcare and all of those things. But don't think for a second that your drug use doesn't affect somebody else. It affects your parents. It affects your siblings. It affects everyone around you. And to believe anything otherwise is what I call believing a lie. And so last night we were in a room full of people who lost husbands and wives, sons and daughters, mothers and fathers to drug addiction. Millions and millions of people are affected by the choices that people who are using drugs make. And the mother who ran this event last night, Jan, she kind of put into perspective how her daughter's choice to use drugs has changed the lives of so many people. And it was very brave testimony she gave. It was just a privilege for us to be in the room with these amazing people who are taking their loss and their grief and they're using it as a motivation to bring change. And I just can't say how angered I get when I see these irresponsible laws being passed by legislators under the guise and the fraud that we're going to be better off for it. They always put this little medical slant. Oh, well, it's medicinal. This is going to help Americans. And it's such a lie. And I'm just disgusted by the fact that these individuals will stand there and lie right to our face and tell us the same things that they told us 10 and 15 and 20 years ago were going to destroy our life. Somehow, overnight, they're miraculously okay to do, and they're medicinal now. And I'm not saying there's not medicinal qualities in it, but I'm saying to the degree you legalize substances that are mind-altering and leave it up to the individual, well, people are always going to want what's bad for them. That's just human nature. to want the thing that you probably shouldn't be doing, but to just perpetrate this fraud, for example, like vaping and juuling, right? We're going to help people stop smoking. That was the lie that they, put that idea forth, and now you have a generation of children who have become enslaved and taken captive by this new phenomenon of vaping, where the number one chemical in it is formaldehyde. I want to say I went to a presentation with Michael DeLeon at a high school in Howe Township, and you would be shocked when they asked how many kids were vaping. Nearly every hand in that audience went up, and then they asked how many of you know somebody in middle school who's vaping, and nearly every hand went up. Kids 12 years old, 10, 11, maybe younger. But the point is under the guise and the lie of saying it was going to help people quit smoking, knowing full well that people were going to become addicted to this, and that was going to be like the new smoking. They sold that lie, and for that lie, moving forward, respiratory disease is going to become probably the disease of the future, and you got to wait and see. But I'm just I'm disappointed on the one hand by some of the legislation I see being pushed in the face of so much death and destruction. And it was our honor last night to be at Hope Rocks and spend the evening with some really, truly amazing people, brave people, people who have tremendous courage. So, Jan Rotiliano, if you're listening,
and
Arthur, man, you're amazing, brother.
Arthur,
I know you say you're not,
right?
But you are.
He saved the day with our technology issues.
Yeah,
he really did.
Yeah, it went off very well. But I just want to say, keep up the good work, keep fighting. Your labor's not in vain, and we'd be privileged to come back next year. But anyway, thanks so much for inviting us. It was our privilege.
Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.